If my videos did not start out with tippy tappy dog paws, would this even be one of my videos? Your turn now? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel for another video today, and welcome to my weekly Mounjaro update. Mounjaro, Zepbound, tirzepatide, I use them all sort of interchangeably. They're all the same thing to me, so whatever I say in that moment, y'all know what I mean. But I'm here with my update for today. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and I have lost 85 pounds on tirzepatide over the course of almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in November, and I have shared and documented my entire journey here on this channel, and I do sort of these weekly updates just on what I'm learning, what I've done, all of the things. So if you want to go back to like the very beginning of my journey, there is a lot of like just starting out type of content on this channel here as well, like a lot of great resources for you. So for this week, I actually have a lot to say, I feel like. So I have my Lotus, my skinny Lotus that I went and stopped and got this morning, and we're just gonna delve into it. Also, you will see this outfit, this exact me, later this week as well, because I am filming a what I eat in a day as well today. But I needed a Lotus this morning. We had basketball really late last night. Like, we didn't go home till after 9:30, and the kids all had school this morning, and just all of the things. So Mama needed that Lotus this morning. So I went with skinny to make it a little bit better. Anyways, so for my weigh-in this week, I weighed in yesterday morning and I weighed 163.8. I almost said 168.3, 163.8. And I was 163.6 last week. So we're maintaining. At least there's that. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing with that. I did take 45 units again. So I am on compounded tirzepatide, if you don't know. And so I currently am on 45 units, which equates to about probably 8 to 9 milligrams a week. From my specific formula, 75 units is 15 milligrams. So 37.5 would be 7.5. So we're at like 8 to 9 milligrams a week. Although I am trying to decrease that, which I'm going to go more into here in this video today. It's like let's get into it. So if you've been following me the last couple of weeks, then you guys know that I met with a nutritionist, and she had some really good tips, I thought, just on like overall nutritional health and all of that. But she did recommend a couple of things. One, obviously, that I need to eat more in order to maintain my weight loss. She recommended 1,900 to 2,000 calories a day. And then she also actually recommended me staying on a higher dose, which my doctor then came back and said, not about that. She's not a doctor. You let me control your dosage. She can give you nutritional tips, which I 100% agree with and plan to continue listening, obviously, to my doctor. Always listen to your doctor or healthcare provider when you are messing with your dosages, okay? So with all of that being said, in my mind, it made sense to me what she was saying. Like, I need to eat more if I want to stop losing weight. And I think that if you took Mounjaro out of the equation, then that is the normal thing that you would tell a normal person who has lost weight without a weight loss injection, right? Like, if you're losing weight, eating 1,400 calories, then you need to increase until you're not losing weight anymore. And that's been the natural, science thingy that people have recommended for years and years and years. And I understand that. And so I understand where that recommendation came from. So essentially, she wanted me to stay on the higher dose and just keep eating more, but I'm on a higher dose, which isn't going to make me want to eat as much. So when I really started to break it down and think about it, it didn't make much sense in my mind. Okay. But I went with it. I was like, okay, we'll try to eat some more food. And let me tell you how this has made me spiral over the course of the past couple of weeks. First off, I don't think I can shove any more food in my mouth if somebody was holding me hostage, okay? Like, I just can't eat the amount of food that she was recommending that I eat. And so it turned into, I have mentioned before that I am not somebody who can count calories. I'm not somebody who can restrict anything. And there's a whole lot of history to go along with that if you know any of my story, but essentially I was abused as a child. I was controlled as a child into very formative years in my teen years. And so if you restrict me in any type of major way, I spiral and my mental health suffers. And somebody called it oppositional defiance disorder, which that's not what it is. I don't intentionally do it. I just have to maintain some type of control over my own life after being not allowed to do so for so long. So my whole life, if I've tried to like strictly budget, or if I've tried to count calories or whatever, it always does the opposite of what I actually want to do. It actually makes me spend more money or eat more food or whatever. It's like my mind is just like, no, you're not going to tell me what to do. And it does what it wants. My mind does what it wants. And so over the past couple of weeks, when I was trying to eat the 19 to 2,000 calories, even though I was trying to eat more, my mind, it just wasn't good. It wasn't good for me. It's not good for me. And I started obsessing over calories again, which if you have followed me, you know that that's not something that I've counted the entire time I've been on my journey. And so it got me back to a point where I was worrying about food again a lot and stressing about food a lot, albeit trying to eat more, but still thinking and stressing about food more than I have over the past 2 years. And one thing that I've really noticed with my Mounjaro era in life is that I don't think about food or obsess over food in the way that I used to. And so I have all this space in my head for other things that I want to research or read about or do or craft or whatever. I have space in my mind and in my day to do those things now that I'm not constantly thinking about food. And over the past couple of weeks, I went back to, have I eaten enough today? What else do I need to eat? Do I need to eat more protein? Have I counted enough of this? Have I eaten enough healthy? Like it took me on a spiral again, and to the point where it was consuming a lot of my brain power. And I don't come on here to say like I'm not trying to like complain about this or whatever, but I am trying to kind of get across that I do struggle in ways, especially with, anxiety and stuff. And I take a daily anxiety pill, and I don't want to ever get to a point again. Like I just felt like I was going backwards. Okay. And I don't want to do that. And so I am not counting a dang calorie again. I don't want to ever in my life again have to count a calorie and have to take up precious space in my brain and in my day worrying about a calorie. I just don't want to do it. And I won't. I don't want to, and I won't. So I'm not counting anything. And I honestly, I understand where my doctor was coming from with recommending me to a nutritionist, but I don't think that that's something that I will continue with. I know basic healthy eating things, and I don't think that there's really anything else that she can add to my life that is going to benefit me in any way more so than it would hurt me if I continued to go down that path of worrying and all of that again with, it's almost like the opposite fear. Like if I don't eat this much food, now I'm going to be too skinny and now people are going to call me anorexic or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's a path I don't want to go down, and it's a path that I am recognizing myself trending towards. And one thing that I've done over the past 2 years, not just with my health journey, but with the history of abuse, is made a lot of boundaries for myself in regards to that person and what happened in my life. I've set a lot of boundaries in terms of that, and that is sort of carried over to all other facets of my life. And I'm in a spot where I'm really good, but I don't want to unwind. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to unwind all of the work that I've done over the past 2 years obsessing over a calorie. And I know that some of you will see this and think this is insane, like it's a calorie. but to me it's not, okay? So all of that to say, I'm not counting any more calories. I am actually going to continue decreasing my dosage as a way to naturally eat more food so that I don't lose more weight, but then I also don't really have to think about it. You know, the whole point of this to me is to balance my hormones, and they're balanced and I don't need to worry about it. So why try to overthink it and to worry about it? Okay. So I'm going to decrease my dosage. I've shot a message to my doctor this morning asking, kind of telling him how the last couple of weeks have gone and kind of seeing if he's on board with me decreasing to 40 units this Thursday when I take my shot, which I think that he will be okay with. I don't know why he wouldn't be. So, but I always do, like I recommend you guys doing, I always run everything by him before I do anything. So I think that he will 100% be on board with that. So unless he says otherwise, the plan would be to decrease to 40. I was on as much as 60 at one point, and then I've kind of been backing off over the past like month or so. So I would like, I see a lot of data about people who can get down to like the 5 milligram dosage and maintain beautifully. There's some people that can do it on 2.5. I don't know, maybe I am one of those people since I am a super responder. So I do think that I'm going to keep kind of decreasing until I get to a point where I'm no longer losing weight and where I don't, like a happy medium, right? Like you don't have a bunch of food noise and a bunch of hunger and a bunch of cravings, and you're also maintaining your weight loss. So I'm just continuing on this journey, but I wanted to keep it real and raw with you guys because I have made it a point to always do that here on this channel, to show that it's not always going to be just like super easy and you take a shot and it's like magic and everything's perfect now. And that's just not life. That's not how it is. It gets way better as soon as you start taking shots, but there are still things that we all struggle with on our journeys. And so I want to be open and share those things with you and be real and raw and not sugarcoat things. So yeah, I've been struggling the last couple of weeks with this whole nutritional advice and eating too much food. And guys, a couple of times this last week, I got to the point where I was so physically full and sick and still was only at like 1,600 calories. And I was like, I cannot eat another bite of food. But at the same time, my mind was like, but you gotta eat more food. She said you gotta do it, right? So yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not gonna do it. So I counted calories for a couple of weeks and it was almost, I like to say that back in the day when I don't like to say, but this is true. Back in the day when I would diet regularly and I would count calories and I would try to eat like 12 to 1,400 calories a day, I would instantly be in a bad mood as soon as I started counting calories. Like I could start a diet on Sunday and by Sunday afternoon be so ornery and so in a bad mood that I would want to just be like, just throw in the towel and eat everything I see. And that's what I mean when I say I try to restrict things and it affects me mentally so much, it affects me. And the past week when I was trying to really be good about it and be a good little student and listen to the nutritionist, I was in a bad mood all week. And Chris was like, what is going on with you? Like, this has not been you over the past 2 years. You've been so light and free and level-minded and all the things. And, you have a doctor or a nutritionist tell you to eat a little bit more and you're suddenly spiraling. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like I have been. And so to be able to sit and notice that in myself and make the changes, I think is also a good sign of growth. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm not counting nothing. I'm just not. I'm not good at it. It doesn't do my mind and body good to do that. And we're all different. And I'm not saying to not count calories if that's something that helps you. I want to be clear about that as well. I'm not saying counting calories is bad for everybody. What I am saying is counting calories or macros or whatever is bad for me. And this is my journey and I have to do what's best for me, just as all of you have to do what's best for you. So that's my little update for today. I want to know how you're moving your body today. It is pouring rain here in North Carolina. Again, I am so sick of the rain, so done with it. So I don't know that I'll get a walk in today. Hopefully this afternoon it clears up a little bit and I can go walking. But for right now, I didn't even put workout clothes on. I got in my normal like day clothes. I was like, yeah, doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. So hopefully this afternoon, maybe this evening. But I do have a lot of practices that I'm going to this week that I will be able to walk at as well. Also, mama moment, I need to brag. It is the end of the video, so if you don't want to listen to me brag about my son, then you can probably end it here. But Bryson has been on this AAU team now for, this is his second season with this team, this coach, pretty much all the same kids. There's a couple of new ones. And when he started, he was like very limited by most other coaches he's ever had as a center because he's tall. He's 6 foot tall at 13 years old, and he jumps and he grabs the rebounds and he does a great job at center, but he also has a really good shot, like a really good shot, because all the kid does is shoot basketball. And he's been very limited by other coaches by staying in the paint and being in that center position. And this coach this year, even last year, he was pretty limited in that. But this year, he was like, you know what? No, we're gonna step Bryson outside a little bit, and he's gonna do some shooting. And y'all, he went 3 for 3 on 3-pointers last night, and I was so excited. Like, they ended up losing the game, and I was like, I don't even care. Like, the transformation that I have seen Bryson make in this fall season has just been absolutely insane. Like, his confidence, every time he shot a 3 last night, I was like, that's what they do, the little refs. When they're shooting, oh, there's my loose skin. When they're shooting 3s, they go like this. And every time I was like, I was so excited. Oh, I'm hitting myself in the face. I was just so happy for him and so excited. And like, you could tell he was feeling so confident and so proud of himself. And I just love it. So anyway, there's my little mama brag. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, y'all. Thanks for being here with me. Let me know how you're moving your body down below, as always. And I will see you guys later in the week for lots of fun things. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Bye.